Hello and welcome everyone to Diablo 2 Resurrected Hardcore Javazon. 100x monster density. Obviously, lots of mods. Put my cat back on. Took that off for a screenshot for the thumbnail. So we're not grabbing anything from the stash for this playthrough. Yeah, I lost one of my SRJs. That's sad. We're going to be primarily just using
I shall purge this land of the
stuff that we find. So we now have a way to actually kill large groups. Last time we got to the point where we got Plague, Javelin, and it's doing great, except we don't have any mana after kill yet. So hopefully we can get a ring or something that will give us that soon. And I'm fairly certain I'm on players 1, but just in case I'm not. Gonna be hearing that a lot, sadly. But Javazon, or what this is called, Plague Jav has been doing pretty well, and I've been using it, so. Essentially, wherever it lands, it creates a large, well, plague field. So let's continue on. Last time we finished up by saving Deckard Cain. Now we're going to see how far we can get. Hey, Coney, how's it going, man? I would have been back about an hour ago. However, I had to spend over an hour dealing with my electric company because they keep trying to bill me for usage when that's not physically possible at this property. You know, as you know, I've mentioned numerous times on here, I'm completely off grid. There's one thing that I do have from them. Since I have to pay for them anyway, I might as well put them to use. And they offer for $30 a month unlimited electric vehicle charging, which I take advantage of sometimes. Because, you know, if I haven't had sun in a couple days, it's probably not best for me to charge the car. Well, any usage that goes through that EV charger is not supposed to be reported as usage. It's supposed to be classified as off-peak EV usage, and it's supposed to get deducted from the bill. Well, their numbers don't line up with what actually happens. And I haven't really been able to figure out really what was happening. I'd been trying, I'd been failing. Well, today, while trying to figure out what was going on, because their meter reading and what I had were a little different. Come to find out, the date that they read the meter, the date that they say the bill ends, and the date that that they report usage for the for the EV charger are 3 different dates. And because of this, their system thinks that more power was used than what is actually used. So essentially think of it this way, like, let's say the meter is read on October 1st. We'll just use a generic day. And it reports a usage of, say, 1,000 kilowatts, right? Pretty simple. You would just be like, oh, okay, he used 1,000 kilowatts, and they ask the EV team, hey, how much EV usage did property X, Y, and Z used? And they come back 4 days later on October 5th and say, oh, he used 1,200 kilowatts of power. And they go, oh. Or no, they say, yeah, they say he used 1,200 kilowatts of power. And they go, well, 1,200 kilowatts of power, that doesn't work out. In order for you to use 1,200 kilowatts of power, oh no, wait, let me do that a little differently. This is why it's difficult to explain, because it's confusing. I'm trying to make sure I don't die here. So they say, okay, well, he used 1,200 kilowatts of power. Okay. EV team reports, well, for the rolling 30-day window, we have 1,100 kilowatts of power. So they go, oh, well, there's an extra 100 kilowatts of power that was used. Must mean that he used real power and not EV power. But because the date that the EV team is reporting usage from and the date that the meter reading is from are 2 separate days, so the numbers don't correspond. It's very confusing, makes no sense, And I spent the last hour creating a spreadsheet showing them why they were wrong. I'm sure this surprises everyone. Going back to the actual dates in the time that they read the meter, which I now know it happens at noon when they read it. Now, that doesn't help me because I don't know what day they're going to read it. Because one bill, it was 7 days off from the corresponding date. So it's supposed to be from September 15th to October 15th. And the meter was read on October 8th. Well, that makes no sense. And then the EV usage went to October 16th. October 16th. So a day past what the bill was supposed to be for. So it was just this whole like weird, crazy dumpster fire. And I honestly have no idea what the hell they're doing because it doesn't make any sense. But that's why I'm here at 3 and not 2 like I planned. Or 3:30. Man, I spent even longer than I thought. Yeah, that's fair. I got confused numerous times, and literally I have a giant Excel spreadsheet with 70 rows that show all the data. $70 rows and what's that, 8 columns? All full of data. I will take that, thank you. And it's going to get to a point where I'm going to have to essentially submit a complaint to the Public Service Commission and actually have an energy audit done where they come out and literally watch my meter. And mine was too, but I didn't have a choice. I had to force myself to get with the program for it. But all of this because of their massive incompetence. Like my electric company does not have a good reputation. Florida Power and Light is what they're called. And they don't have a good reputation because they suck. Like they can't keep track of any of their stuff. And then they try to offer a program that requires them. Oh, I'm Black Marsh now. Oh, it's somewhere else. Then they try to offer a program like, oh, here's this thing to make it to where you can trust us on the amount of power used. Well, I don't trust really anyone ever when it comes to that. So I track it all. I have a few different things that report my power usage. But also their app reports all the usage down to the tenths of the kilowatt. So I have a very good log of what was used. Ow, don't do that. And then it's just a matter of figuring out at what point did they read the meter or, report usage. And especially since they're reading it in the middle of the day and not like there's no specific cutoff time at night or something like that. It's very hard for me to tell when they were reading the meter or when they're reporting their data, like for the EV charger. It's somewhere, I want to say it's going to be at midnight, but I'm not sure. I don't have a good way to verify that one. Because with the usage for the EV, I don't have any way to specifically see when the usage occurred. It's over a period. It just shows you the duration. So if it was like an 8-hour charging window, it says, hey, in 8 hours you used 52 kilowatts or something. So it's kind of hard for me to decipher like, okay, well, at hour 3, noon is when they read the meter, like, or they report usage. I don't have any way to do that. Let's grab that refilling shrine because we need it. Also, I need more potions. Yeah, welcome to my personal hell. I need to go to town in a moment, but I'd like to find the waypoint first. Yeah, don't argue with the data guy about data. Yeah, so back in January, February, I had to fight with them because they're like, oh, well, you're backfeeding to the meter with your solar. So, nope, that's, there's 0% chance it's happening. It's completely impossible. If you'd like, you can come show me how that's happening. I'm like, well, how could that not be possible? I said, well, it's pretty simple. My solar goes through a subpanel that is completely disconnected in every possible way from your meter. So there's no way for power to flow to your meter. They go, oh, well, okay. And then for like 6 months, it was fixed because I had someone with their corporate office that was keeping an eye on my account and fixing it. She realized when I said, hey, there's literally no way for power to go through. That meant there was literally no way for power to go through that meter that was not going through that charger. Well, she left the company, and I can't say I blame her. Can't say I blame her at all, based off of what I know about this company. So yeah, she's gone, and then what do you know? Issues start occurring. And so we have this thing called the Public Service Commission, which their whole job is to regulate utility companies. I have clue balls right now, right? Resource and buckler. I'll grab clue balls just in case. And no energy company wants to deal with the Public Service Commission because you start getting very, very big fines very quickly when the Public Service Commission gets involved, to the tune of like $10,000 per instance, up to a couple $100,000 per instance. So they really don't want me to go to the Public Service Commission and say, hey, here's all the documentation I have, here's what they're doing, and they refuse to fix it or act appropriately. Because they know that once the Public Service Commission gets involved and their lawyers get involved, because they will, they're going to get sued into oblivion and have a really, really bad time. Probably to the tune of, if I had to guess, at least $500,000. Hey, Mike. How's it going, man? Welcome to Joey complaining about FPL again. Yeah, in violations alone on my account, we're probably up to $500,000 in fines. So they really, really don't want me to speak with them. And I won't as long as they fix my stuff. Like, I'm a pretty chill dude as long as you're not trying to screw me over. But FPL really wants to do the latter. And that's an issue. All right, let's identify all of our stuff because we got a bunch of garbage there. And take a sip because that was a lot of talking in 13 minutes. Yeah, I'll need that. Yeah, we'll keep that for now. Let's see. One to mana after each kill. That's the ultimate weapon. We got it. All right, 2 to mana. I'll take that for now. Nope. Nope. We need more 1 to mana after each kill. We're okay at the moment. We have lots of faster cast rate, but that's not what we need. Don't need that. We'll hold on to that for the moment. Alright, so now that we have mana after each kill, we should actually get a little bit of mana back. That's a good question, man. I wish I had that answer. I'd probably be a very wealthy man if I had that answer. And like, so over the course of, you know, the last 6 months, occasionally my bill would have like 5 kilowatt hours of usage. And I didn't complain about 5 kilowatts. You know, you're talking 30 cents, whatever. You know, not a big deal. Something like that. It's definitely more than 30 cents. Not the point. But I didn't complain about it. I'm like, that's not worth my time and energy. But when you start trying to charge me 800 or 200, then we start having a chat because, you know, now we're getting 10, 20, 30 bucks. Or $100. Like, nope, we don't do that. Things are shooting me and I don't like it. Got a $116,000 bill from the That's Most American Thing. Yep, that is sadly very common. It probably wasn't even for anything like ridiculous, was it? Like, just staying in the hospital overnight here is like $25,000. I honestly have no idea how that even is like allowed. It's so the funny thing about that, if you even want to call it that, is you can just be like, hey, I don't have insurance, and they'll take like 95% of that off. I'll tell you that the numbers are all just made up at the end of the day. Like, they just come up with these ridiculous numbers because the vast majority of Americans have some form of insurance that will pay the vast majority of it. So if they tell the insurance company, yeah, it's $100,000, and they get, you know, $85,000, $90,000 of it, they don't care. If you tell them, like, hey, I don't have insurance, I can't pay this, so you're going to get zero, they go, give us $5,000. Like, okay. Yeah, we can accept $5,000 for that. Oh, can you now? So what was the other $95,000 for? Yeah, because we could, essentially. Literally, yes. Yep. Welcome to America. So a lot of people get really upset because there's this whole movement for like, oh, well, get rid of insurance. And a lot of people are like, well, if I don't have insurance, I won't be able to go to the hospital. Like, yeah, you will. You still go to the hospital. They're required to treat you. Don't worry about that part. You're not going to go in ridiculous debt because, again, they're not going to be able to get money from you. So they can't go after your wages either. So this debt literally has no bearing on you. It doesn't affect your credit. There's literally zero incentive to pay it. I'm just going to put that out there. Like, if you don't pay it, they just go, oh man, gee shucks, really wish we could get that money from you. During a period of time, they can take you to court, and literally the defense is, well, I don't have money. I'm paying them as much as I can. Like, if you send them just a penny a month, nothing they can do. Covers like $3,000. Yeah, so he needs to then dispute with them, be like, look, I can't pay this. I'll send you what I can, and just send them a penny.
For the taking.
This is not financial advice. Disclaimer. Alright, that's Poison Jav. Oh yeah, that's our first one. Of course, man. Cost goes up, why wouldn't it?
Good evening.
Stay a while and listen.
But if we got rid of insurance and people were just billed for the actual service amount, it would actually be relatively affordable for people to go to the hospital here. Because once they're at a point where they cannot It might keep her alive a little bit longer.
Put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Once they're at a point where they cannot,
I'll put
you know,
that
get
to good
the
use.
ridiculous amounts that they're asking from people, it goes out the window. There are a lot of great things about this country. There are. Our hospital system is not one of them. I mean, we have great hospitals. We do. They're just insanely expensive because of privatized healthcare and insurance. Privatized insurance. If you get rid of that incentive, then the prices go down. It's amazing. However, there is a reverse side of it too. So if you get to a point where hospitals are only paid what they should actually be paid, you're not going to have nearly as many doctors, because a large portion of the money that insurance gets, besides going to, you know, corporate malfeasance, it also goes towards paying ridiculous salaries for good doctors. Well, if you remove the, you know, $250,000, $500,000 salaries from these doctors, because now you're actually getting the proper amount that you should be billing, you know, where they should also be getting probably about $100,000. Why would someone go through the 12 to 15 years of medical school? That's an absolute nightmare and pain to do, for something where they can just go and like be a plumber for $100,000, or an electrician, or work a corporate job. So I'm not entirely sure how Europe does theirs. But the closest that I understand is Canada, and there's an issue with it. So because you have free healthcare, which it's not entirely free, that's a caveat, but mostly free healthcare, there are long wait times for things, and that creates issues. Oh, let me grab that. There are also less doctors overall because of the same thing. Their salaries are not as high, so not as people choose to become doctors because there's less incentive with high amounts of money. There's very long wait times for very routine things. People abuse the system. And what I mean by abuse the system is, like, if you have a legit medical emergency, yeah, go to the doctor. But people go because they have the sniffles. Like, no, get the hell out of here. You're taking up the time that's needed for actual important things. No one cares about your sniffles. Drink some orange juice, take some vitamin C, some zinc, cry me a river, build a bridge, and get the hell over it. Essentially. Like, I feel like small things like that should probably have a charge. Large things like you broke your arm? No, we got you, man. Don't worry. My country's least, you have to pay a tiny amount for insurance with your taxes, because they give, yeah, like so that would be private, that'd be governmental health care, which I'm not opposed to, but there need to be limits. The reason for that is essentially what I just said a moment ago. Like, you can't have people abusing the system to a point where wait times for very basic things are 3 to 6 months. Oh, you have cancer and you need to have a biopsy done on that? Well, it's going to be 9 months before we can get you in to see a specialist for that. Well, that helps no one. Like, you're going to be dead in 6 months. Sorry. Not okay. Yeah, I don't really need that. So it's exactly. So, you know, that I don't have the answer. I'm not saying like, oh, I could solve the issue. I can't. I'm not smart enough to. It's a very large problem that is far more complex than most people realize. And I know I'm not smart enough to give you an answer like, yeah, this is what you could do to fix it. I don't have that answer. I have a general idea of things that would help, but at the end of the day, it's not perfect. But yeah, I feel like if you have a legit medical issue, you should be able to go to a doctor and get taken care of, and it shouldn't bankrupt you. But that's not how it works in America. Like, I wish I was smart enough to be able to say, hey, here's the solution, but I'm not. You know, I'm not an economist. I'm just a dude that has done fairly decent for himself, and that's about it. I live a moderately frugal life, and I argue with power companies about their idiocy. But, you know, one of the biggest issues that I feel, and I guess you... All right, we're going to get to a weird segment here, which, welcome to Diablo 2. This is what we do, I guess. One thing that I feel should not happen is I don't feel like medicines that you need to maintain your life should cost you anything. Or if they do cost you something, you know, pretty cheap. Like, if you need EpiPens, they shouldn't be $150, $300 a pop. They should be like $5. You know, cover the packaging. Cover the manufacturing of said, you know, penicillin or whatever. The actual cost to do so is minor. The issue comes in that these companies want to make a profit. You're probably thinking, well, yeah, they're going to keep making drugs that save people because they want to make a profit. No, they're not actually. Because let's say you have this drug that will make it to where you can live a relatively normal life, so long as you're taking that drug. Where's the incentive then? And this is, let's say that person will live 60 more years taking this drug. That's a lot of money. Why would they be incentivized then to create a drug that cures that problem? And this is the moral quandary that occurs with capitalism. Because so long as there's that incentive to continually bring in revenue and just get richer and richer, which, you know, there's a whole argument I could have about that. You only need a certain amount of wealth, but that goes into a more socialist thing, and I don't really approve of that. Like, if you can come up with something awesome that will bring you money forever, I advocate for it, so long as it is not a detriment to humanity. I think that's a pretty fair way of looking at it. Like, and the best example for that would be if you have, you know, medicine that will save the lives of people, make sure they're free and healthy. I feel, you know, you get a one-time payout from that, or you could even get maybe some sort of royalty program where you make a certain amount per year for 50 years or something like that. Cool. But not to where you're, oh god, to where you are no longer incented to try and save people because you're making money off of this other thing. If you go through history, there have been numerous people who have done everything they can to try and make their life-saving objects, such as penicillin, be free. So the original method of creating penicillin was not copyrighted because the inventor did not wanted it to be cheap and accessible for everyone to save the world. Yeah, I'm not smart enough to speak entirely on that subject. I have a general understanding. So take some of what I say with a grain of salt there. Like, he may have those details wrong. Yeah, I didn't research completely, you know. Lofty ideas. Like, I'm relatively within the ballpark of this information. Could we find the door, please? Oh, shield's about to break. I have no resistances. But like, it bothers me that there are companies that put out that there are theories, rumors, whatever you want to call it, that there have been drugs that, like, cure cancer that have been disappeared from the world because it won't make money. I don't know if I put stake into that or if I believe it or not. But I would say it's not outside the realm of possibility that a cure for large, important diseases has been found and it has been silenced. Like, because of capitalism, it would not surprise me if it came out that that was true. As terrible as that is. And I think that's messed up. Now, I think if someone were to, you know, find the cure for cancer, lupus, MS, you know, whatever, any diabetes, which supposedly there's one now. That's garbage things. I feel like they should get a hefty payout, or maybe not necessarily a payout, but like something to make their life now on easy mode for the rest of their life. So maybe a large payout and then never have to pay taxes again? I don't know. Like, I don't have an answer there. You know, give them $10 million and say, hey, you don't have to worry about any debts, or you don't have to worry about paying taxes in the United States anymore. Like, here, you still have an incentive to do this thing to better humanity, but you're not going to become Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos rich. But you'll never have to worry about money again as long as you're smart. Yeah, greed. Greed limits humans. 100%. But there have been some altruistic people in the past, and there have been people that have done amazing things that we will never hear about because they get their payout, and maybe they thought that their payout was with good intentions. You know, companies like, yeah, we sell us your recipe for this thing, and we will make sure it goes to the masses, and then it disappears, never to be seen again. You can't do anything because, you know, you signed this agreement to, you know, that if they paid you, they would have full rights to it. If you try to argue it, you lose in court, or if you do anything, they get sued into oblivion, or, you know, the other aspect of like, oh, they might just kill you. I will never believe that large corporate entities or conglomerates don't have like a hitman on retainer. Obviously no proof to that, but come on. If the world's richest man wanted you silenced, like if Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Walt Disney wanted you quiet, they could make it happen. And no one would ever know. Oh, that was a bad room to walk into. Second point, my opinion is religion. I don't want to go into all that, but just saying it once. Well, now I'm curious. Because I'm curious in what way you mean by that. I feel like if people actually... No, that's not where I need to go. Took to heart the teachings of the majority of these religions, the world would be a better place. But a lot of them don't. People read it, they'll preach it, and then they don't actually live it. And you're welcome to say whatever you want. You will not get judged here. At least not by me. Yeah, if people were to, like, get onto you for things you say, I will ban them. Actually, you have the ability to do that too, so. Because again, oh yes, we finally got one. Okay. 1 man after each kill. Yay, we need more of those. You know, this is space for people to share their opinions and be respectful and kind to each other. If people don't want to do that, well, that's, no. If people don't want to do that, they have no place here. And I will happily ban them for doing so. Because that's who I am. So just Wars of Religion Church is doing a lot of things, and that's a whole other, oh yes, the greed of churches. Yeah, we're not going to go into that rant on this stream. That will be a day for when I have a podcast. Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. We'll just leave it at that. Oh man, I do want to start a podcast because I will have discussions like that, and I will probably get a lot of people very angry with me. Like, it's funny. For the most part, I'm a pretty wholesome dude, but a lot of the opinions I hold probably are not things people would like. Just all things considered. And the funny part about it is, like, the majority of things that people wouldn't like ultimately ground down into be a good person and help the world, help humanity. Which makes it even funnier when people disagree with me and argue with me on it. Like, the crux of it is be a good person, and you can't seem to be on board with that. I am not, no. Like, I believe that there's a higher being of some sort. That's pretty much where it ends. I don't go to church. I don't do any of that. There are people that wish I would, and I am very, very anti-church. I feel that churches could be wonderful. Unfortunately, the vast majority of them are not. Exactly.
It's locked.
Honestly, I like how I can't actually use that. You can just stay over there. Like, the idea of churches, love it. A community where you teach people good ethical, moral traditions, and you become a community that helps each other. Like, yeah, I love that idea. Unfortunately, that's not what a lot of them are. And there are a couple of good ones out there. Totally on board. Like, yeah, you guys are great. Keep doing what you're doing. Unfortunately, it gets ruined by the very large amount of ones that are not good. That's a weird one. Like, not necessarily. I mean, unfortunately, it's kind of a lot of like, once you're dead type things in my mind. But I like the idea of it. You know, if there is something that is out there that's bigger than all of us, like, that'd be great. Logically speaking, no. So it becomes a discussion of logic versus belief. Comically enough, the game that we are playing currently, or not currently, but that we were playing earlier, Final Fantasy Tactics, has a wonderful quote about religion. And it's one of my favorites. It's probably cited from somewhere else originally, but it's man created God to explain that which it cannot explain. It was something along those lines. I don't fully remember what it was, what the quote was. But I feel that's a very true statement. Yeah, for the most part, for a very long time, religion was made to explain what we could not explain ourselves. And as time has gone on, a lot of things that were unexplainable have now been explained and are... Oh, God, I'm going to die. No, don't go in that room. Have been explained, and, you know, you can remove that from the religious context then at that point. Like, okay, well, we have an explanation, so it's not just magical space wizard. That is the #1 belief, actually, outside of religion, yes. And when, like, I've had this discussion with people, you know, when they say, oh, well, take Christianity, for example. I'm like, well, is Christianity the correct religion? Is it the only true religion? They say, well, or is the Christian God the one true God? I'm like, well, yes. I said, well, what about all the, you know, oh God, I'm running out of potions. What about all the religions that had other gods or didn't believe in the Christian God but still believed in, you know, a God of their own? What happens to those people? And a lot of times they don't really have an answer for that. Yeah, if you look at the Greeks and, oh geez, and the Nordic tribes, I don't know what they're called, the Nords, maybe, you know, they had a god for everything. Because there was a lot that they didn't have answers to. So the gods were created by them to explain these things, to explain the sun, the moon, the tides, the things that cause the crops to bloom, to have a bountiful and plentiful harvest. These were all things that were created, and then they created gods thereof to explain them because they didn't understand how it worked. What does why HWH mean? Oh, I'm out of mana. That's bad. Bad time to run out of mana as I'm getting bombarded. Once I hit level 30, I should be golden. Until then, it is a nightmare. Like, I do believe, oh god, that for the most part, Christianity has very good morals in its teaching. If everyone lived by good Christian morals, the world would be a better place. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't. And sadly, a lot of people that don't are people who say that they are, in fact, Christian themselves. So, there's nothing you can do about that one. It's just kind of go with it. Alright, found the exit. Back then it was normal to make gods for this, but now if you don't know / understand something, you should try to find an answer instead of making a god. Yeah, I mean that's a complete change of departure in Yahweh. Oh, okay. I would not have. Nope, that's not how I would have thought that was pronounced. Anyway, that's also a different mindset and thinking. So back when you had religion as the dominant aspect in life, you were shunned and ostracized for trying to be a free thinker and scientist. Nowadays, it's the opposite, to a point where it's gotten much worse, in my opinion. So as I said, I think the moral belief system, that was a hair, the moral belief system that a lot of religions spew, I think a lot of those moral and ethics are wonderful. And unfortunately, we are losing a lot of that morality in the modern world. And you can see it by the sheer amount of chaos, destruction, and sin, I guess we'll call it. I don't really want to say it's sin, but, the moral degradation that we have in our societies now. Because no one follows any sort of ethics or morality. I guess we'll call it sin because, if we're talking from a religious aspect, it is, it would be sin. And it still goes back to my one key philosophy of be a good person. So, if you're doing these things that only serve you and no one else and hurts the rest of the society, you're a bad person. Ouch, Jesus, why did that take so much health? Need more potions. This character is not nearly as fun as I was hoping it would be, and very chaotic. Very dangerous to walk around. I think once I hit level 30, I'll be good, but until then, it is terrifying. I should start putting points in to get the Valkyrie. I'm just gonna save points for a moment. And one of the other, big issues I have with, say, Christianity and the Bible, to an extent, is that there's, 4 or 5 different versions of the Bible that have been different translations and iterations or interpretations. That bothers me, because some of them are very different. So, which one should you believe? Which one is the most correct? We don't know. Hey, Tay, how's it going, man? I did. We did not make it to hell, sadly. I don't know what killed me either. It was in... Where was it? The Ancient's Way? I want to say it was in the Ancient's Way that I died. No idea what killed me. All of a sudden, I just lost all my health. One thing about religions is that I'm sure many people realize that religion doesn't make sense. Yeah, and I mean, for the most part, I agree there. And it's why I've had many fights with people over religious aspects. Like, I'm fine with the moral and ethical teachings that it is. Like, if you want to take it as like a good moral guide, I am right there with you. If it comforts you for, you know, the afterlife, cool. I'm not gonna rag on you for it. But when you try to get preachy with me and instill your beliefs on me and say that I must follow your beliefs, then I have an issue. Especially if you can't give me anything except, well, this thing says it. Okay, well, that thing was written by humans. So, I don't know if you know this about humans. We're not a great species. We're kind of terrible most of the time, actually. Specifically to other people.
This place is eerie.
Oh. Like I said, at the end of the day, I just want people to be good, kind people to each other. That's all I want. For us to help each other out, to be nice, to be kind. Oh god, that's a lot of people, a lot of enemies. Circular reasoning? How dare you, good sir? Why would you ever go with that? Yeah, no, I don't do circular reasoning. I will quit arguing with someone very quickly if they start giving me circular reasoning. Like, alright, well, you're not worth my time to have this discussion with. Like, circular arguments are one of the quickest ways to just get me to no bow. As terrible as it is, like, this wastes my time. Exactly. It's so simple. Yet people have such a hard time with that part. Millions of people have died because of it, actually. Wars were started because of that one statement. Ooh, that's not what I want to grab. You know, we're going to go to town real quick. I picked up a lot of garbage.
Good evening.
Oh, literally, yes, that was... Oh, man. Do I really want to get into that? Okay. One of those things. Ooh, replenish life 3. That's better than what we have there, so let's put that on. And same as what we have now. Hey, Detour. Just seeing how long we'll survive with this Javazon. Hopefully we can make it to level 30 and actually become good. Yep. My point of view is just, where's ever who has a better friend. That's one way to look at it, yeah. Let's be honest, Diablo 2 is really just my podcast. It's not, we don't do this for gaming. We do this for podcasting to complain about things. Because since there's no story in this game that per se, you know, that I'm partaking in, it's just all talking about whatever I want. And this happens. But it makes it fun. You know. Like, I'm sure you guys have noticed when I play other games, such as, you know, when I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics earlier, you know, when the story's happening, I don't respond to chat. Pretty much. I do want to start like an actual podcast where I, you know, do podcast things. That's not, you know, playing video games, but I want to do it with people. Like, I don't want it to just be me. I don't really have anyone I can do it with. I have a friend that said he wanted to do it with me, but that has fallen through numerous times. So, like, I bought all the equipment for us to do it, and it hasn't happened. And it wasn't cheap. It was a few $100 in equipment. Please die. Help? Yeah, I'm surprised that I'm surprised that I got through the jail without the game crashing. That's rare. Usually we have to go back to players 1 for a tiny bit just to get through the jail. Like, I would also love to have a community chat where we could have these types of discussions. Doesn't matter what the discussion is. And have a civilized and respectful conversation. I feel that is something that is so rare and so hard to do. It's wonderful. So comically enough, like I tried to play Diablo 2 Reimagined the other day. The other day being like 3 months ago, by the way. It's been a bit. And it was actually a little difficult for me because there were so few monsters. Yeah, that was something that I decided with the Boazon was a requirement. Because otherwise I'd be going back to town every few minutes to repair javelins specifically. I wasn't going to deal with that. And some may say that's a little too much cheating. I don't care. Really don't. This makes it to where the game is not being paused every 10 seconds to go to town. Especially with javelins. Like, at least with the Boazon, I can still pick up a lot of arrows and such quickly, but as a Javazon, no, you have your one set of jabs. And that's it. So you get, what, 128 jabs or something with them, and then that's it. It's very difficult to do unless you... Yeah, I mean, at that point, I would love to have more moderators. I think you were part of the discussion before when I mentioned this. Like, I would love to be able to pay moderators, but I don't have that kind of money. 100% Pierce. Oh, Lightning Fury will be awesome. Yes. Also, when I was doing the Boazon, there was a lot of Pierce with certain skills like Magic Arrow that the person did. I don't know. It was neat. It made it more useful. I kind of want to do another Boazon, but Boazons are, as I learned, insanely weak. It takes so long for them to get anything even remotely decent. I know they don't. To me, that kind of feels bad. Like, yeah, if someone's got the free time they want to do it, sure, but like if it's a large channel and, you know, it needs constant moderation, that takes time. And like, if you're asking someone to dedicate that amount of time, I think they should be paid. Oh, well, thank you, Detour. I appreciate that. I will have to add you to the end credits moving forward. Making wisdom when you can. It's a helmet with 33% pierce. What are the rune word, or what are the runes for that? Sorry. I mean, that's fair. I mean, at this rate, I believe the Diablo 2 streams would be the main ones that would need moderation. Most of the time, most of my streams don't get any sort of heated conversations. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. I stream every day, Monday through Friday. But Diablo 2 is one of the few things that doesn't have a dedicated day. I try to keep it to Tuesdays. But sometimes I'll also play it just when I want to. Whereas other days have like dedicated, oh god, games for that day. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, gamers in general usually are. Like, it's when you get into, you know, the more offshoots of society that it gets crazy. That's very true. And I appreciate the help that you do offer, so. Ooh, we can get 3s now? Hell yeah. I should probably use one of these. Another large shield, huh? I've gotten quite a bit of hatred with some of these videos. What was the one that got the most hate? I did, and I even started the run with, this is just for fun. I'm modding in equipment. It was an Oridon. I did what I called the true Oridon, which was I hacked in gear that you would use on like an in-game Oridon, just carried it through the whole game. Which so far that's been the character that got the furthest, because this is gonna come as a shock, but Oridons are absolutely broken, so strong. And I got so many just rude, mean comments about it. Like, oh, this is just a walking simulator. This is the most boring thing ever. What kind of garbage person has to hack in gear? Like, that was the whole point. Whole point of this run. If you want to see the one where I didn't do that, click on the other one, because I did that too. Like, you know, the whole joy is to be able to find gear as you go. Like, I agree. That wasn't the point of this run. And I was upfront about it. It doesn't get to me. Like, I don't care if people like or don't like what I do. I try to have fun and bring positivity to it. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, I understand. It's not for everyone. Yeah, FPS, I will never be part of those communities. Call me crazy, but I try not to get myself bullied, and me being in any FPS game is guaranteed to get me bullied. I absolutely suck at them. Then when you like realize a lot of the FPS stuff is like people just being immature and doing their own thing, it like don't take any of it personally. Yeah, it's crazy. Everyone quality of life mods and now comments. Oh, I could imagine. What kind of quality of life things do you run for it? What, extra stash spaces, loot folder, and then complains when a content creator uses them. Yeah. Oh, you want to see the one that I get a lot of shit about? That. My inventory. The increased inventory space gets people so angry. And please don't do that, Is. You know Daddy doesn't like that sound. Don't just drop the ball at me. You can chew on it. Just don't drop the ball at me repeatedly. Yeah, any competitive genre is generally going to be toxic. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, so like, I remember growing up, yeah, I grew up in the time of no censorship in online games. The things I heard, they'd make a grown man blush. And you just don't take any of it seriously. Like, yeah, it's just people shit talking for fun. Whatever. But then you get people that take it way too seriously. Like, you know, someone talks crap and they start talking about how they're going to like actually hunt you down and do bad things. Like, nope, don't do that. People are very brave behind a keyboard. Just let them be brave. Extend stash. Okay, yeah. Extend stash. Hey, I use that loot filter as well. Which one do I actually have here? Once I am not going to die, I'll pull up a couple. I'll pull up my mods list just so you can see the ridiculousness that's going on here. Okay, you good? Yeah, that's the spreadsheet I was talking about, by the way. So we have cheaty mods, which doesn't really do anything for me. Increase stack size, which I guess I don't actually need it. Well, I think that gives me the one for tomes and such. Expand inventory, show item level, stackable runes, all the synergies, which those are wonderful. Spear rune words just because I'm an idiot, and I, for whatever reason, can't remember what Infinity actually goes into. Additional minions, because that's awesome. More summons, again, because it's awesome. Permanent ravens, just because I hate summoning them. Merc Equip, all the expanded synergies. Rich merchants, so that way when you sell something, it doesn't cap out at 5,000 or whatever. Remove monster immunities because I don't like having to rebuild my character once I get to hell. Mainly, that's it. All sage druid. You can have all the sages. Kind of neat. The loot filter. Expanded stash. Increased monster density, obviously. Never immune, which actually makes the remove monster immunities work. Whatever. Pseudo loot filter, because I have to use both those in together to actually get what I want. Teleport, leap, charge in town. Infinite ranged weapons, so that way I don't have to go repair my damn javelins. And permanent revives for Necromancer. And then one that will be a special run later. Plays Mephisto. What am I clicking on? Yeah, so that's what we have currently. Time to bug Andariel. I don't have extended cube. I should probably get that one, honestly. It wouldn't be a bad one to have. Oh no, it doesn't bother me. It literally says mod in the title. Exactly. See, you would think you're coming in with logic, man. You can't do that. Logic is, we can't have that. That makes too much sense. It's pretty similar, not gonna lie. I've done a very small run with it. I'm gonna die if I'm not careful. I've done just a tiny bit of playing. But there's one for Mephisto, one for Baal, and one for Diablo. And I want to do a run with all of them, see how far I can get. What are you doing, sir? Those are not, I mean, technically those are for you, but you're not supposed to have those yet. Alright, Bug and Dariel. Not that you really need to on normal, but... Right? I think it'll be pretty fun.
Good day.
Like, I'm upfront about my mods. I don't try to bamboozle people, like...
Hello.
And I've had people come like, oh, this isn't 100x density. Like, you're probably right. In some areas, it's definitely increased density, definitely 100x. But there's a limiting factor of what the game actually will allow to spawn. I don't know where that limit is, mind you. I know there's a limit. But if I put it to 100, that guarantees it goes as far as it can. Exactly. Am I going to go Fury soon? Yes, once I hit level 30. Lightning Fury. You can't see that. My head's in the way. Whoop. I do indeed, yes. Nite, did I miss your message about what those runes were for? I think you said wisdom, was it? Literally unwatchable. Exactly. It just ruins the whole thing. But yeah, like, I've got a bunch of stuff that I will not touch on this character that I would really like to use. Level 9 Pierce plus Wisdom Helm equal 100% Pierce. Really? It may actually be lower. But we'll see. What are the runes for Wisdom? I'm not familiar with it. I hope I will. If not, I'm gonna die. It is, but level 9 is probably gonna be about right regardless. I want to say like level 4 is 50%, so. You know, the funny thing is, I've been playing this game for 26 years, and I still suck at it and don't know much of anything. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Please stop doing that. Hey, Diggler's Jerk. Look at that. Why have I not gone and grabbed... Oh, pull if held? Ooh, yeah, we're not getting that anytime soon. Not at all. At least not with this first run. The first run, I am using only things I have found. I will not be using... stashed items. Now, once I die... I don't need that. Once I die, because I will... Oh my god. I hiccuped and it moved my mouse. Then at that point, we will... Ooh, Gazriel, my favorite.
put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Yeah, those are better. Then at that point, we'll swap things. True. Diggler Stirk. Diggler dig, Diggler dig. True. Don't need it though. Ooh. Yeah, see, we definitely need the first two. The last one is just really nice. Isn't it from the pulverin you get the cannot be frozen? My god. You know the sad part about being a Javazon? We can't use insight. Or not insight, spirit. What level are we? 22. 8 more levels until we're somewhat decent. Alright, Asriel. Why isn't his aura on? I thought I had the... There it is. Okay. I thought I also had the mod for instant auras, but maybe I didn't install that? That's a lot of things flying in my face. I don't like it. Oh. First crash of the day. Beep. No, pulverin doesn't give cannot be frozen, gives enhanced defense. Oh. Which one is it that gives cannot be frozen? There's one that does. I don't remember. Yeah, so sometimes with the 100x density, that happens. We didn't get to keep our level. Shame. Champ, thank you. Hopefully that doesn't keep happening. So some places that'll happen a lot. If it does, I swap down to players 1 just for that time so that I can just get through it. Yeah, we'll see. I've thought about players aiding until I hit 30, but Javazons are just not good enough to do that. Her damage output is fine, but it's her ability to take damage that is not. Yeah, once this character dies, and it will, especially if I keep playing as I do, we'll do a second one where we actually play with stashed items. I need to get a character that can actually survive hell. Oh, we leveled, nice. And go that route. Because then I can farm items to actually create some awesome characters. We just have to get to it, which is easier said than done, sadly. Asriel, I need you to not die, my good friend. That's my thought. Like, it should be awesome, but it's me, so it's probably gonna fail. You want to know which one I thought was gonna be absolutely amazing and ended up being complete garbage? Plague Druid. Or Rabies Druid, sorry. Rabies Druid. Did not work at all. Because the rabies, things died too quickly before the rabies could spread. Which surprised me. And he's dead. It's a lot of arrows coming at my face. Just saying. Okay. 948, so if someone gets hit by my poison cloud, it will die. Lightning strike? So the issue is, I feel like lightning strike will be amazing.
Good day.
On bosses. And that's it. Because if I try to lightning strike something else, I feel like I'm just gonna die.
Greetings.
As I try to go up and poke it. But for bosses, it should be amazing. What are you attacking? Okay, you guys took a solid moment to spawn in there. And he's gonna die again. Hit me instead of him for once. There's so much happening. Oh, Lightning Strike isn't good for bosses. That's Charge Strike, by the way. Oh, is... Well, what was Lightning Strike good for then? Yeah, the poison from rabies was too strong, so it killed the primary enemy before it had time to spread, which was not what I thought would happen. Color me surprised. One of the most OP skills in the game. I could see that because all the charge strikes end up going into the target that you poked, isn't it? I don't know why I'm going over there. Hey, Mr. Christmas. Oh, I have a poison and Thunder Charm. Maybe I can do this too. Ooh, that'd be fun. That was the wrong button to hit, but it's fine. Also, I learned early on that as much as I love teleport staffs, don't do it. You'll die every time. I lost many a character to me going, oh, maybe I can just teleport and I'm dead. And Azrael's dead. Dude, could you quit dying? Oh yeah, he doesn't have a weapon. Welcome back, Coney.
Stay a while and listen.
Yeah, let's I guess we'll give him this axe. It's no, we're not gonna give you that axe. That axe sucks.
Who goes there?
What is the rune word I want? Ithel or something for him? I have it here in my inventory, but of course I'm not gonna use it because and that's insight, which I would love to use, but there we go. Ithlf. Okay, I have not got an Ith rune yet. We'll have to get that, but I definitely want one of those. It'd be great if that was life, but there, have a weapon.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
I do. I do indeed. Oh, I have Ith. Oh, I could actually make that. Hold up. Logically speaking, I don't see how there couldn't be. I have an Ith rune, I have an... Alright. We'll take care of that once. I have to go find an Ith rune now. But we'll deal with that after I beat Radamant. Oh, dear rune. The best rune in the game. I need a 2-socket helmet. Exactly, like, statistically speaking, how could there not be? Okay. Helm. How many sockets do you have, Helm? One. You're useless. Skullcap. How many sockets? You're useless. It's very rare, but yeah, Trillions of Galaxies, rare things become that. Exactly. That's how I look at it. You have to go like search for a 2-socket helmet, aren't I? Alright, well, that did not go the way I planned. Axon. Scythe. How many sockets? Cool. There you go. We got it.
I'll put that to good use.
Now we just need an Ethrine. Well, I completely missed with that. That was cool. What's that? I'll have to read that in a moment. Hey, don't forget to have a Valkyrie and use decoy. Decoy would be a smart one. You're correct. Once I get more points. When I get a respec at 30, we'll deal with all that. Which is 7 levels away. Yeah, because last time I definitely forgot to do so, and for quite a while. I really think they should teach more things like in the school about the issue is because a lot of it doesn't have guaranteed information behind it, they're less likely to teach it, if that makes sense. But I feel like as we learn more stuff, they should... Okay, to the left. I totally missed this section right here. So I kind of understand to an extent, but theoretical things I still think are okay to teach, but, you know, based in theory. Like, these are things that could be out there, you know. Go into fields of study where you could be the person to discover these kind of awesome things. But we also need more tradesmen. The amount of people that can't change a light socket, an electrical outlet, or change a tire, or fix basic plumbing, like, it's kind of ridiculous. And we're losing the trades for people who even know how to do it. So we really need to be encouraging people like, hey, become plumbers, become electricians, become carpenters, become whatever, you know. The things that actually have useful skills in the world. No one needs an underwater basket weaving degree. You don't need to go to college to be successful. Even though underwater basket weaving does sound kind of fun. Don't do it. The other thing that I really hate about colleges is, like, the forced electives that you have to take. Like, no, I don't want to have to take electives. Let me take the classes that are pertinent to the degree I'm doing. I don't need to take 7 different English courses for a physics degree. Piss off. Or, like, don't make me take art classes as part of my physics degree because I don't give a shit about that. Teach me physics and I'll be happy. I mean, I would say that there's still a need to understand the theory of relativity. Because it goes with understanding the logic of our world, which is something that sadly a lot of people don't have anymore. Yeah, I forgot how good the decoy was when I did the boson. Delivered. Oh, yeah, they were indeed delivered. You're correct. They were delivered like 4 hours ago, but thank you for telling me now. You don't need to teach the theory, though technically they teach wrong about gravity. Well, that's a whole other discussion we could have. Like, I'm not opposed to teaching theory, per se, as long as you're more so teaching the mindset for theory. So that way you're actually applying useful things. You know, I never got... that would be useful. I should try to get a stealth armor. That would help. Don't know why I didn't... Oh, because that... I literally started off the stream as that's what I should have done. That's right. I forgot. Like, we no longer teach how to critically think. We just teach... We teach statements and facts. We don't teach logic and analysis. If that makes sense. That hurts. What time is it? 4:47. Tell you one thing, this is not a fast character to start with. Alright, there's our stealth armor. Once we get to beetles, we should start to get some good experience. Yeah, I think once she hits 30, she'll be pretty good. It's just getting to that point. That wasn't the right way to go. Alright, we should get the pop-up here in a moment. No? It's not right here? Seriously? Man, that seems like a perfect spot for him to be. That gear is crucial when you can get it. You're not wrong. I feel like once I hit 30 is when gear will become a lot more important. Until then, like, it'll help, but it won't... Oh, Jesus. It won't do a whole lot. Because right now, the main thing that's really saving us is just poison damage, not actual damage. So the more spears we throw out doesn't really put more poison out, for the most part. The other thing I'm going to need is a lot more mana. Exactly. Theory relatively isn't needing goals, but the mindset is. Exactly, yeah. Which I feel like school used to be more about teaching how to think and not what to think. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining that properly, but it helped you find the answers. It didn't give you the answer. What are the pure breakpoints? I don't actually know.
Greetings.
So, like, level 1 gives us 23%. I feel like that's higher than vanilla, but I could be wrong. God, most of these suck, but... No, that's vanilla? Interesting. I never paid attention to how much that was in vanilla.
This land of the shadow.
Bam. A lot more damage. I need 2 Ath runes and a Tau rune. And yes, I have them in my stash, but that's not what this character does. That's for the next character. The next Javazon after this one dies. I think as it levels up there is, because I remember on the Bozon, it was a very quick increase. Do you remember what it's supposed to be at level 9? So I have no idea. But once we hit 30, we can start to see. Highest. That was a very cold nose, my good sir. You know that? No, you don't need to go bother the chickens. Gives you 69. Okay, so maybe it's not different. I just thought it was really high, but maybe it's the same. Okay, we gotta put that down. Yeah, cute little nose right here. What's up, boy? You want a treat? I guess it. Shake. Spin. Okay. Yeah. Sit. Very expensive treats. It's like $1 per treat. I need to set up like a donation thing for giving him treats. That way I can afford to do it. Well, that's yours. You can eat it. Give him greenies because he's had some bad breath lately. So at least he's actually facing the camera while eating it for once. That's unusual. All right, what'd she drop this time? She dropped Ral in If. Okay, that's not what we needed. Oh, he's had some bougie treats in his life, man. The girls I've dated over the years have, like, for his birthday, bought him ridiculously expensive treats. Welcome to my life. That's why my characters die so quickly at times. Now you understand. Sometimes just existing leads to me dying.
I shall purge this land.
And then add in Holy Freeze as well, because why not? Still haven't found a 2-second helmet, but that's fine. The fact that I'm taking damage is kind of ridiculous. Like, comically enough, I will keep stealth for a very long time. Play it smart and just stay the hell away from it. Just don't engage. Yeah, Holy Freeze right there. Hey, what do you know? Alright, how about you attack some stuff and get your aura going for me?
I'll put that to good use.
Please? Thank you. That is a very fair statement. Though, like, when the Necromancer died, I don't feel like that was my fault. I still don't know what killed me. By the way, that video is going out tomorrow. It's very short. So you guys can watch it and tell me what the hell happened. Because I still don't know. I try to be, I just fail a lot. just be happy you weren't here for the first 15 minutes of the stream where I had explained how my power company is completely wrong and screwing me over billing wise, and how I'm in a large fight with them. That will give anyone a headache. Gives me a headache, and I spend an hour and a half creating a giant spreadsheet for it. Not a fun time for me. Hey! Perfect drop right there. Beautiful. All right. Where'd they go? Apparently I already had an Ethrin. I don't know when I picked it up. There we go. Malice. Oh, we needed a second town portal, obviously. Where did I get the other Ethrin? Oh. Really? Come on. Why do you hate me?
Good to see you.
I just need 2 sockets. That's all we need.
What you need?
Thank you. There you. No, I did not. Okay. What? Oh. Yeah. Hey, Clope. Just got D2R on the Switch, and I've gotten heavily addicted to getting on PC too. That's a damn good question. As far as I know, it hasn't gone on sale, has it? It's very rare that they ever go on sale, sadly. But if I had to guess, I would say with the upcoming holiday season would be your best bet. I would say PC is a far better experience than Switch will ever be for it. So, highly recommend if you enjoy it. Oh, no. Yeah, we no longer have mana issues. With 1 tier rune. Amazing how that works. I'm about to hit 24. That'll be a good step forward. We do have Mana Leech. It just doesn't do anything when it's all poison damage. Beetles! Who doesn't love beetles? Best experience in the game, pretty much. The servers are unfortunately kind of dead on the Switch. That doesn't surprise me at all. Since I have a friend who also plays it on Switch, nice too, so it's online trading and such. That's fair. The Switch just is not the ideal console for a game like this. You really need keyboard and mouse. And I'm not a large advocate for keyboard and mouse, but for a game like this, it really is needed. He's gonna die. Please don't die. You're throwing a jab, just gotta get some physical damage off gear eventually. Well, once I get to Lightning Fury, the offshoots generate Mana Leech as well, right? Pretty sure they do. But on the poison, the main thing that's killing is the cloud, not my actual javelin hitting something. So I get no leech right now. Exactly. No idea, man. Like, there was no animation showing anything hitting me. All of a sudden, I just lost 400 health and then another 400, which killed me. So I only had like 600 health. I want to say it was around the 37-minute mark. What's your favorite class? Mine is Summon Necro. If around 130 hours roll with it, definitely Elemental Druid, 100%. Summon Necros are fun, though. You can do a lot of chaos with Summon Necros. Man, remember that pretty well. Give myself props for that one. That was a week ago. Last stream of it. Bikuni, would you be able to link the video in chat? I want to say it was about a week ago that I did it. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. The worst part was I was having a lot of fun with that Necromancer too, and he just died. Corpse Explosion is super broken because it was able to kill through walls. It's kind of awesome. The VOD of it will be going live tomorrow, probably around like 2 p.m. It's in my uploaded videos. Have not given it a date and time yet, or a thumbnail. Also, I'd like to point out, we're on Players 1. And I still get this absolute ridiculous amount of experience. Tyrun. Alright, we're good. Infinite mana. Infinite mana jutsu. Yeah, once I hit level 30, I'm just going to respec in Act 1. Speaking of, I still have not... I still haven't done the Den of Evil, so I can't respec. You died to a succubus pack. Did I? Huh. You amped. Yeah, extra strong. Like, it... And it's so quick. Like, I didn't even have time to process that I was dying. So, in the VOD, can you see the bullets hitting me for it? Because I mean, obviously it happened quickly, so I don't recall, but I don't recall seeing myself getting hit. All of a sudden, just health gone. Yeah, the weird witches with the tail. Oh, it was in the throne room, wasn't it? Yeah. It was priced at €13 back in October and for a while in the summer. I would imagine it would as well come Christmas. Late December. So there you go. Well, thank you. But yeah, like, you saw just how instantaneous it was. Like, absolute shenanigans. I try really hard not to swear on stream, but sometimes it fails. But thank you for analyzing it. I believe it could possibly go on sale for their Black Friday. So, oh yeah, I didn't think about that one. That's a good call. You see them? No, I just missed them then. I mean, there were a lot of things flying at my face, to be fair. More beetles! Poor life choice. We're going to do it. Of course, you have to wait till we get to the new spawns. Now let's see if those already spawned in. I don't see protection zone. I just see... Same. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Bacardi, man. I was like, oh, I'm dead. I'm always so conscious of these psych by when I'm in the room, especially when I'm amped. That's fair. And, I mean, if they exist, you're pretty much always amped. Oh, must have the new spawns. I mean, the poison does enough damage that I can beat players 8 and still feasibly kill stuff. They just now do more damage to me. So you will never see me do like a pure melee character. I just can't do it because of dolls. So the next character that I do will probably be another Javazon, obviously, with gear that I've found previously. After that, I'm actually going to try a Psuedo because some of the mods make sure Psuedo actually damages everything like it should. I honestly love the desert area so much this game. The desert area is torture for me. There's so many things that can kill me here. This is where the 100x density really shines. This area and then Act 3. Just all of Act 3 is the most dangerous time for me. $37.22. And I might psych about just all the things to make you instantly die. So fanaticism, because I don't know if Baconi knows what it does, it increases your attack speed and damage. So if an enemy has a fanaticism aura, which is it's an orange aura, next time I see one I'll point it out. If an enemy has a fanaticism aura, it's attacking faster, doing more damage. If they have might, which is a kind of like a brown orange aura that goes around, that also increases their damage, and it does stack. Ooh, blood fists. I will take those, thank you. Oh yeah. So you can see how I could very quickly die with stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot you can do when that happens. Like, yeah, I could have spammed full rejuves if I was instantly thinking of spamming full rejuves in that, what, half a second that I had? Maybe 1 second? My brain did not react quick enough for that. $25. Oh, come on. I thought it was going to be 26. That will. There we go. Yeah, fair. Let's go players 8 while we're, in a good area to get a lot of experience. Let's see if we can hit 30 pretty quickly. There is anticipate, but yeah, you could have definitely saved yourself with the full rejuve. Yeah, I mean, potentially. It all depends how quickly it would have died after hitting me. I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah, I've got to move my hand from shift to, the 1 key, which is not far, but processing that quick enough, it just didn't happen. So I thought it was right before I got hit and they killed it. Sadly, bone armor with the mods I have does not scale as quickly as vanilla. I can tell you one thing, my computer becomes a space heater running this. So it takes a lot of power. I've maxed out my computer a couple of times playing this. I mean, you guys see the description. My computer is pretty beefy. Not enough then. Yeah. All right, so that's fanaticism. That orange there. Ooh, Lord Shield, take that. And when we see a might ore, I'll point that one out too. Lightning res would be really good right now. Let's take that. Yeah, while we're in beetle territory, player's aid is smart to do. Is that what it is? I could not remember. Regardless, it still sucks. It's still terrible. Just yeet a bunch of spears down in the wild, let the poison clouds go crazy. Like that little monster pack of beetles. Look at how much experience they gave me. It's amazing. I wonder why beetles give so much experience. It's wonderful. Yeah, orange sand isn't a big deal in normal though. Yeah, it's when you have so many. So there's another mod that I'm going to do eventually with 100x density, and I'm going to just die. I don't know what character I'll have to do to actually be able to do it, and it's champions only. It's gonna be hell. But can you imagine how much experience I'll get? I may have to do that. If you want exclamation, did you join me on Discord? Because I don't know your Discord info. If not, exclamation Discord, and then I'm in there, obviously. You can always send me a private message. You are. Totally don't realize. So here's the thing about me and Discord. There's Holy Fire. Discord hates notifying me of anything. It'll notify me of things I don't care about, but like messages or anything in my own Discord channel doesn't tell me. I check and go, oh, I have 4 messages, 4 notifications from Discord from my server. Great, thanks. It's really annoying. So if you ever message me on Discord and you're like, man, this dude just isn't replying to me, I didn't get a notification, and I haven't checked Discord recently. I never intentionally ignore anyone. I just don't get notifications, and it's really, really frustrating. I look at your server sometimes, but yeah, I mean, that's fair. Nothing wrong with that. Well, I'll have to make a note of that. Both. Well, on PC, it definitely likes to notify me, so I keep it closed most of the time on my computer because from streaming and Discord wants to notify me of things and makes a bunch of noises. But both. What are some other games that you like? Because I'm kind of all over the map here with things I play. I've kind of been on a Metroidvania kick lately. Where the hell is this maggot lair? And waypoint. I need both. $27. We're getting there. Yeah, the main issue with keeping it active on PC is because I do a dual PC setup for streaming, it gives all the sounds. I think there's a way to put it into streamer mode, but I'm not going to do that every single time. Mainly because I'm lazy. Full disclosure. Gotta fix my posture. Okay, we're level 27. We have 5 skill points, because I don't really need the extra damage right now. Only if you're doing a 1 PC setup. So OBS is not open on the computer that I use to stream, because otherwise we have issues. Exactly, it's open on the laptop, so it doesn't put me into streamer mode. And there's a way to manually put Discord into streamer mode. I just don't. It's somewhere in the settings, and then I'm gonna forget about it. Then I will never get notifications. You know, that minor detail. Night has fallen. T-minus 3 levels. Of course, now we're in the chunky boys, where I could actually use a little extra damage, but... At least we don't have mana woes now that we have 2 tier rooms. Amazing how much that helps. I'm always looking for more games to play, so if you have recommendations, I'm all ears. There's never a guarantee that I'll play them, but I will at least look into them if it's something that I've never played before. I don't even come here for games anymore. I mean, honestly, the one streamer that I watch, man, I am all over the book. Anything that's really not a first-person shooter is pretty much good for me. So lately I've been on a big Metroidvania kick. But no, one of the only streamer that I watch, his name's Picaspri. And I'll watch whatever he plays, because a lot of times he plays games that I would like to know the story of, but I would never play myself. And so it works out really well. Definitely, yeah, which is perfectly fine. I mean, that's kind of how it is for most people. They have either a game or something that they like, they'll tune in for it, and then that's it. And that's fine. I'm kind of lucky with Diablo that it's a perpetual game. You know, it has infinite replayability. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people that come only for that one game. I do. So I am planning to play StarCraft 2, the full campaign. And I would like to see if there's a Marine Special Forces map made for... I'm frozen. For StarCraft 2. If so, I will put the 20 hours necessary into that map. I also kind of want to play the campaign from Warcraft 3 again. Did they recently remaster Warcraft 3? What's Total Annihilation? Yeah, I really enjoyed the campaign for Warcraft 3. It was really fun. Yeah, I played it 20-something years ago, but that's not the point. I don't. Not gonna lie, back in 97, A, I was 8 years old. B, I was playing like 12 to 18 hours a day of StarCraft. I was really good at StarCraft 1. Oh no, I was never out of no for Celeste. I plan to play it. I just have to come up with a good day and time for it. Because I feel like Celeste should probably be something that I dedicate a specific day to. That way I don't get too annoyed. Like, I'm thinking I may stop playing Dragon Quest Heroes 2 because I'm not really having fun with it, which is sad. Because I was so excited for that game, and it just did not pan out the way I thought it would. If I like StarCraft, I'll like Total Annihilation. Okay. I'll have to look into it. I feel like with Celeste, I could very easily get discouraged playing it. Because I know it's going to be, oh my god, incredibly difficult. Command and Conquer, yeah. I played one of the Command and Conquer games. Oh, that's not good. I played that. I don't remember which one. Red Faction, I think it was. To be fair, platforming is more fun in Hollow Knight. I mean, you just can't get can't argue with Hollow Knight, man. How have I not found a damn waypoint? Just realized that percentage on the Diablo 2 Resurrected sale is 67%. Nice! Like 67% off? I mean, pogoing is wonderful. Like, Hollow Knight kind of revamped the Metroidvania series in general. Okay, well, we found the exit. $67. I mean, that's 2/3 off. Can't argue with that. So how much is it at 67% off? Like 12 bucks? I'm not gonna lie, I bought D2R when it came out and I have no idea how much it cost. I didn't look at the price tag. I said, yep, this is what we're doing. I need this in my life. Made it happen. I mean, 12 bucks isn't bad. That's definitely worth 12 bucks. Okay, I need a damn waypoint. 2 more levels. This game hates me. The waypoint is nowhere near the... Oh my god, Valley of Snakes. Oh, that. I do, and I do not partake in that meme. That's a damn near a foot taller than me. Not particularly. I enjoyed Tekken a bit growing up and Dead or Alive, but I'm just really bad at them. I feel like if I was doing just like campaign, it would probably be fun. I want to go to Luke Ghislaine. Thank you. Hey, look, man, I'm old. That's some new age shit. Probably should have kept that one actually, but. Yeah, campaign, of course. I'd probably be on board for a couple of fighting games. Like, I would like to play some of the new Tekkens. I'd love to go, like, revisit the Dead or Alive series, Soul Calibur. I enjoyed those growing up. Hard difficulty Tekken 5. So here's the thing. Most of them cheat, and that annoys me. I know they cheat. Exactly. I don't keep up with it anymore. I'm too old for this shit. I remember I had a roommate that was some like what comes after millennial? Gen Z? Some Gen Z kid. And he would like go crazy for memes and get like super like aggressively rude if you didn't know what a meme was, and then try to make fun of you for it. And so whenever he would do that, I would just like quit back about how he is living in my house because he can't afford one because he wastes his money on dumb shit. That got him to shut up pretty quickly. Like, if you're financially responsible and competent, and instead of just focusing only on memes for your life, maybe you would, be in your own house and not having to live under my roof. He just annoyed the shit out of me. He really did. I'm still surprised that when I did a fresh run on Dead Cells, it was a while back, I actually beat my first run. That's like unheard of. I do enjoy roguelites as well. So I'm going to play Returnal eventually. I need to... So one thing that I'm working on, I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I want to do 2 games a day, guaranteed games. So actual stream schedule, like, hey, morning is this, afternoon is this. So that way I have 10 games I'll be playing at once, and I will hate my life, essentially. And then I just have to figure out, like, when to do random off-stream, like, off-schedule games, like D2 at that point. And when I said that, like, he would get super aggressive and rude, like, how do you not know this? Like, why do you know this? Why do you know this useless information that no one needs to know? That helps you in no way, and it's only harming you.
Stay a while and listen.
How may I help you?
Interesting. Ooh. That one's not bad. Why do I have that? You go over there. Damn it! I opened a town portal. Why am I like this? Why am I the way I am? All right, let's make that run. Oh, there are many I would like to try. So many. What are some of your recommendations? I still need to finish D2 Reimagined. I started a Necromancer on that. I don't think that's the class I'm going to finish up with. Probably just start one as my favorite, as a Druid. Never. So here's my thing about Median. The idea of it, wonderful. It makes me think of Path of Exile, which is, I can never play. Not because Path of Exile isn't awesome. I'm sure it's absolutely amazing. The learning curve is so ridiculous for it. I don't know if I have the time to put into it. Oh, no, I still have the monster. It's right here. It's got about a quarter left. I've just also been a little dehydrated lately, so make sure I get water in there too. That was water with G Fuel in it. A friend of mine gave me like 12 things of G Fuel, so I've just slowly been burning through them. Yeah, that's an understatement. Like, it looks so fun. It really does. I just can't. I know better. G Fuel's okay. It would be awesome if it actually dissolved, but it doesn't. It's my biggest complaint. It does not dissolve for the life of it at all. It's just caffeine and vitamins. Like, it's good for you. All things considered, it's got some good nutrients. It's not worth the money. And it gets very chalky. Now maybe I'll have to re-download it and actually give it a try. Give it, give the Gold College a try like I did with Final Fantasy 14 and got yelled at for. I think the only video that I've done that has got more hate than my Origin videos was my Final Fantasy 14 video, where I went, yeah, no, this game sucks. People got so offended.
I'll put that to good use.
What does Resurgence offer? Yeah, I'm gonna go down here first. I don't think I really want to fight snakes at level on player state. I was kind of hoping I could hit 30 before Duriel. I think I'll be able to, especially if I find more rooms like this.
I'll put that to good use.
Sure you will. I told you to get rid of that. That just made me think of The Surge 2, and I kind of want to play that again. That was a really fun game. The issue is, like, a lot of these games I want to play are really long. Like, 50, 60 hours. I'm like, I don't want to start a bunch of 50, 60 hour playthroughs. It's a mod for Diablo 2, Lord Resurrection 1.13c. Introduces many changes with the aim of promoting character balance and diversity while staying true to the original Diablo feel. Alright, so that's essentially just a rebalance. D2 Reimagined, I feel like, is a pretty amazing experience, but there's still a lot to learn. Alright, so I'm going to ask this question about Path of Exile, because it's a huge gripe I have with Diablo 2. Is there any, like, compendium or resource in-game that tell you what all the rune words and crafting recipes are? Because there's so much in Diablo 2 that you would never know about if you only ever played single player. And I didn't realize it growing up because I didn't play single player. I was on Battle.net the whole time. And so I learned a lot of stuff from, online. But modern day, like, it would annoy the hell out of me if I didn't know what I already know. And there's still a lot I don't know. Rampewy, is there any sort of compendium or guide that tells you what, like, all the rune word or rune combinations are? Sorry. In-game, not outside resources. I hate having to pull up a wiki just to know everything. Nope. Ah!
It's locked.
But with how rare high runes are, like, you would never experiment with these things, Let alone ever get them correct. There's a couple of mods for Diablo 2 that give you compendiums of rune words and crafting recipes, which is really nice. Yeah, like, who was the crazy person that took the time to figure it out? Like, Imagine figuring out the Enigma rune word. Jaw ith burn to an armor. Why would you put those runes in there? Those don't go together. Alright, super dangerous room, believe it or not, because you can get super poisoned and then die. Alright, we have 1.125 levels left. Here's what you're doing, bud. Thank you. I feel like most of the information for Diablo 2 nowadays is just data mined. Or whenever there's, you know, new patch, they tell you what the rune words are. Like, here's the new things. Like, alright, cool. Appreciate that, but now can you put it in, somewhere in game? Yeah, I'm not smart enough for it. I know that. Probably should have thrown a spear before doing that. That's fine. Experience is definitely slowing down at level 28. Just need 2 more levels. 1.25. That's all we need. Then become awesome. Awesome possum, baby.
I hope I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that makes 2 of us. I hope I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't. I know that. I'm just kind of winging it like eyeliner. Agreed. Like some sort of compendium or guide like, hey, here's a list of all things you can do with your cube. Great. Even if it was an item you had to find and that maybe filled out through quest lines, like, I'd totally be cool with that. But no, there's nothing. Not gonna lie, I definitely got spoiled by corpse explosion killing things through walls. It's kind of nice. Like, I feel like that would massively expand the learning curve of Diablo 2 if you had, or PoE or anything like that, if you had that resource, like a quest line in game to expand this knowledge. And make it, you know, a long-term quest, not something that you can just finish in 5 minutes. What do you mean it's a gatekeeping game? Like knowledge-wise, or? Nope, and that was a dead end. Okay. It's hard to believe we only have 80 mana. Oh, yeah, see, things like that just piss me off. It would be another reason that I would not ultimately play the game long term. Yeah, that's fair. This game comes as a shock to you, and I'm sure many others. I play video games to not feel like real life. I know it's a crazy concept. I feel like Diablo 2 does better later in the day. Like, I tried playing it in the morning the other day, and it did not go well. I feel like most people that want to tune into Diablo 2 are people that want to watch it at like 5 p.m. at night. Well, here in America. I actually, comically enough, most of my viewers I know are across the pond. They're not local to America. It's honestly more surprising when someone's like, oh yeah, I'm in Texas. Like, what? I'm used to like Europe, Germany, Sweden. Here, if we just keep chucking javelins in there, they'll all eventually die. Give or take a couple. It's like at least 12, right? Oh, shit. Alright, so I don't know what level snakes are, but they don't give a whole lot of experience. That's not cool. Here, have a helmet.
I'll put that to good use.
Wait, but like, usually as a streamer, like you typically get your demographic or people, you know, kind of close proximity to you starting off. Even from the beginning of my channel, well, beginning of my streaming part of my channel, I should say, because my DIY stuff is mostly Americans. Most of it is across the pond. It's weird. Maryland. Hey, there we go. We got one. Hey, Turmoil. See, like, that is unusual for my channel. Looking at, case in point, that's across the pond. So it's always surprised me when I actually have someone in America in my chat. Like, oh. One thing that I hear a lot, and it kind of makes me a little sad when people say, like, oh, sorry, my English isn't great. I'm from wherever. Like, don't feel bad, man. Like, you're doing something that I can't even fathom doing. Going into a group of people or a channel or a discussion in a language that I am not fluent or capable in. Like, you're doing amazing things. No need to apologize. Thank you for the sub there. I appreciate it.
Excellent.
It is an honor to serve. I know.
That's not what I wanted to do. Nope, don't need that. Nope. Nope. Alright, just feel like I probably have at least 1 or 2 garbage charms in there, but it's fine. Alright, so I think I just need to come out here and kill a lot more beetles real quick. Because my experience has dropped off, and that's not good. Oh, you guys are still players 1. We're so close. I just need a little bit more. Yeah, there's no need to be ashamed. In fact, most use much more brain power. Exactly. Like, I speak English. That's it. I have a little bit of Russian in there, a little bit of Japanese, a little bit of French. But, like, I can't speak the language. I can't communicate. Like, it's astounding to me people that are, like, multilingual. I wish I was. I'm just not dedicated enough to put the time in. The only one that I would probably be remotely motivated to do so would be Russian. And the only reason I started to learn that was because I was engaged to a woman who was Russian. So I was going to learn the language for her. That ended up falling through, so I stopped learning it. I have a friend whose family is Russian, and they all speak the language. Like, I could actually learn the language and converse with someone in the native tongue that, you know, speaks it natively. But yeah, exactly. It just takes time. And I think a lot of it is being able to communicate with someone that speaks the native tongue as well. It's like, over here, if I wanted to learn Spanish, I could probably easily learn it. Because I live in Florida, and there's a lot of Mexicans here that only speak Spanish. Now, the funny thing is, if you learn proper Spanish and you try to speak to the Mexican population, you're gonna have a bad time, because you know they have a different dialect than like official Spanish. A lot of people call it Tex-Mex, Texas Mexican. It's just like a different dialect of Spanish, and supposedly it's like really hard to learn official Spanish and speak with you know with Mexicans who speak, you know, quote unquote Spanish fluently. I wouldn't know. I didn't even bother trying. In high school, I took French. Quite possibly the most useless language for someone in America to learn. Exactly. I don't know, personally, like, so my primary alternative language or secondary language that I hear, short of Spanish. Okay, so here's the thing. In America, the people who speak Spanish very rarely learn English and try to talk in English, in my experience, at least down here. Maybe in other parts of the country they do. Like in the Northeast America, you're going to have people who spoke like Italian, Turkish, things like that, because they came across the pond and migrated over, and they'll speak English but still have their native language. A lot of the Russians, Moldovans, and Ukrainians I've met actively try to learn English, and they have this really specific accent and dialect they have, and you can always tell, like, oh, you're definitely not American, but they're putting in a conscious effort to learn and speak the language, which I find very respectable. Damn it. Why did the experience have to drop off? We're doing so well. Yeah, we'll swap that, I guess. You know what's funny is I know all the words to Dragostedente, which is the Numa Numa song, and I know it all. And like, I will just listen to that song because I like it. And one girl I knew, she's Moldovan, and I'm singing, she's like, oh, you know this? I'm like, I mean, yeah. She's like, do you know what it's saying? I'm like, no, I have no idea. I just know the words. No idea what they mean. She actually told me, I don't remember. But yeah, like, I'm all for other languages. But here's one thing, and a lot of people will probably get on me for this. I don't really care. One thing I have about secondary languages or other languages, if you're going to a country, speak its primary language. Don't care what it is. So like in America, primary language is English. If you come here, you should learn it and you should speak it. I do understand that can be difficult. You know, it takes time to learn, but you should put in the conscious effort. Klingon. You know, there are a lot of people who actually do. You could find a community where you could actively speak Klingon with people and learn it fluently. It's kind of neat. But like, if I were to go to Italy and live there, now, like, if you're just visiting, obviously, no, I don't care about you learning the language because you're not staying here. But like, if I were to move to Italy or Germany or Russia or Taiwan or Japan, it would be extremely rude and disrespectful of me not to learn their language and speak it. Granted, you're going to suck initially. That's part of it. But put in the conscious effort and do the work if you're going to live in a foreign country with a language different than your native language. Speak the native language of that country. And here's the funny thing, like, Japanese people, typically speaking, are A, extremely racist, and B, really don't like Americans. That's nothing against them. That's just a fact. But if you go over there and you are making a conscious effort to be respectful of their morals and traditions and speak their language, they will be respectful to you back. It's amazing how that will work. They're still not going to fully respect you if you're an American, sadly, because, let's be honest, the Japanese have a pretty good reason not to like us. It's pretty fair. Not going to fault them for that. But they will respect you more than if you don't do it. Obviously, if I were to immigrate and start a new life in another country, I would definitely put in yeah, exactly. Basic ethics and respect for that country. If I moved to another country, I would try to assimilate myself to their culture because I'm moving to that country for a reason. Now, some people are like, oh, well, what if you're just going for the scenery? Then you're probably a piece of garbage anyway, and you're probably rich beyond any means. All right, one level left. We got this. You know, like, if I were to move, let's say I moved to Sweden, I would try to embrace the Swedish way.
The first to find this arcane fortress.
All right, Let's take bets. First, second, third, or fourth. Which way is it going to be? I need to adjust my loot filter soon. Like, that's one of these big things that I am a huge proponent of. If you go to another country, I don't care if you're coming to America or you're going to a different country, that is irrelevant to the discussion. Assimilate into the culture, learn the language. But that's where I stand with that. And some people get really upset with that, which is baffling to me. I don't understand why someone would be like, yo, that's a terrible thing. Like, do you just have main character syndrome? Is that what it is? You just think everyone should bend to your will and your likes? Piss off. This is going to come as a shock to you, but the world does not revolve around you, good sir. Getting a green card, but after valuing the cost of living, I was like, yeah, it's not cheap here. Like, and the thing is, it's really funny. So, you can come here, get a job that pays, $15 to $30 an hour. And you're like, that is so much money. And then you realize, like, oh, you want a place to live? Well, rent is $2,000 a month. Your power bill is another $300 a month. Vehicle, you need one of those. That's $500 a month. I'm gonna die. You're like, man, all that money and I've got none of it. Will you die? Jeez. Like, that money burns quickly. Like, in theory, yeah, it's a great increase, but it does not go nearly as far. It's why, like, a really common thing for Americans is to retire and go to places like Taiwan or the Philippines, or not Taiwan, Thailand or the Philippines. And on like $1,500 a month, you can live like a king. It's insane. Granted, you're gonna have to give up a lot of the, things you like about America to do that, but you can have a nice spacious house with all the amenities that the country offers, living a maid that, cleans the house every day, whatever food you want delivered to your door every day, or just have a live-in chef for not a whole lot of money. And it's one of the reasons that Americans get a terrible rap, because we apparently do that. Like a good example, I have not really traveled outside the U.S. The only place I've gone to is Cuba, which don't recommend. Not a fan of it. But for like $1,000 a month, I could live so well in Cuba. Like a full 3-course meal, I think, was $4. It was insane. It was so much food with alcohol. It cost nothing. There was a reason, okay? Don't recommend going back. It was pretty in some places, but it was also not a place that you should walk outside at night alone. Also, I hope you don't like suspensions in cars, because not a single one had them. Or side view mirrors. Those were gone too. In fact, at one point we had a driver, and while we're just going down, like, we're doing like 60 miles an hour, someone just took off his mirror, hit it, it was gone. He's like, oh, there goes that one. We're like, isn't that an issue? He's like, nah, it happens. What do you mean? Yeah. And then tourists come and essentially can get anything they want. The tourists come in, they're gluttonous, and it's terrible.
Hello.
How may I help you?
It's not terrible. All right, first wave was a bust. We're halfway to 30. Honestly, the goal for this stream is to hit level 30. After that, I'm probably going to nope out. Yeah, like, when you think about what you can do as a foreigner with some of these countries, most Americans don't even think about it. Like, oh yeah, I'm on vacation, ha ha ha. Like, it was decent, you're right. I thought about it after I sold it, and then I went, nah, I'm never going to use it. It had good lighting res. What was it, 26% or something? But max damage isn't really going to be a thing that I worry about, because I'll be mostly using elemental damage. Could be wrong in how that works, but yeah, most Americans are kind of terrible as tourists, and I understand why a lot of countries don't like us because of it. Though I did hear something kind of funny. It was, how do you spot an American, American in a foreign country? And the answer was, they're always leaning on something. And I didn't really think about it, but yeah, no, anytime we're standing, we're leaning on things because we're lazy. That's fair. Max damage is good for leech. We truly are. It's terrible. Like, I try not to be, and I know I fail a lot because, it's the culture I was raised in, but I try to realize, like, if I'm going anywhere else or doing anything, like, to be respectful of whatever it is. And the worst part is like, as an American in customer service, let's say, if you are polite and kind and respectful to the service industry or companies, you're going to get walked over. If you're just a complete raging asshole, you can get wherever you want. Like, it's so backwards. I feel like if you run a business and a customer is just a complete jerk to you in your establishment, tell them to piss off. I almost said something else, which is what I would normally say. But no, that's not how it works in America. Like, if you scream and yell and demand to speak to a manager, they just bend to your whims. I mean, arguing can be fun, don't get me wrong, but don't argue for the sake of arguing. Like, my parents raised me to be respectful and treat everyone kind, and then I got in the real world and realized, like, I got walked all over because of that. I got used a lot, got taken advantage of, and now I'm kind of more of an asshole in a lot of ways than I used to be, but only when it's needed. Like, I will be kind and respectful to you until you show me that you don't deserve it. And even then, like, I will let you redeem yourself. But I do hold grudges. Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, I'm all for if you want to, quote unquote, argue or have a debate to get ideals out and have a discussion. Not an argument, just a discussion. And keep it respectful, which a lot of people struggle with. Most people resort. I really want to use those because they're so much better in terms of speed, but like, people will just immediately resort to ad hominem attacks for no reason. Well, thank you, Baconi. I try to be like, if someone has not given me a reason to be a jerk to them, I'm not going to be. But that's not how a lot of people are, especially a lot of Americans. Oh yeah, the second you prove to me that you do not deserve my respect, it's over. You can get to a point where you can gain that respect back, but it's an uphill battle. Which one is it? Square? Oh, I do love a good, like, ignoring and just letting people talk. One of the most fun things you can do in a debate is just stare at someone. Not saying anything, just stare. And just watch them waffle on and talk and just get exasperated and more upset because you're staring. Really fun to do. Ow. Massive twitch in my tricep there. Jesus, that hurt. We like twitched and cramped at the same time? That's not cool. And people take it so personally when you do it too. And if you really want to piss them off, when you're staring at them, just have like a small smirk, just like... They will lose their absolute minds. See, one thing that a lot of, especially a lot of Americans really mess up, like, oh, we have freedom of speech, we can say whatever we want. They don't realize that, yeah, you have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean that you're free from consequences. Yes, yes it is. Like, Mike Tyson said it best. And no, there's a lot of people walking around that have never been punched in the face before. Yeah. Because I don't know if you're aware of this, getting punched in the face really hurts. Like, a lot. Don't recommend. And if you go up to someone, you spout some absolute idiocy, or you're a complete jerk to them, and they just turn around and punch you in the face, you're probably not going to do it again. I say probably because some people are pretty dense, but... Exactly. This is that one. Okay. Honestly, I don't want to go in until I hit 30. We're going to beat Duriel and call it there, I think. Because I need to start dinner at some point. And the worst part is, like, in America especially, I don't know how it is in foreign countries, but in America, if you punch someone in the face, like, you're going to jail. And it's terrible. Yeah, like, there was just a story of some stupid YouTuber who has, like, 15 million followers or subscribers, whatever the hell it's called, that walked up to police down in Miami. They told him, hey, get out of the road, get on the sidewalk. He's like, hey, I challenge you to a duel. Like, get on the damn sidewalk. Only after we duel. Like, look, if you don't get on the sidewalk, we're going to arrest you. No, I want to duel you. Guess what they did? They arrested the idiot. Yeah. Amazing how that works. Like, the amount of content creators that do like dumb pranks and shit, no, ban that shit immediately. Stupid is an understatement. Yeah, he got arrested, as he should, and he's lucky he didn't get like tased or pepper sprayed. Yeah, 15 million subscribers. Dude is wealthy beyond wealthy beyond your imagination. Because when you get that many subscribers on YouTube, you know you're making, you know, a couple 100,000 a month at least. Yes. Yes, I am. I could not remember his name, but that is it. Yes. That idiot. Like, as much as I am not a fan of Mr. Beast and his content, he does good things for the world. You know, when you have unlimited money, essentially, and you choose to waste it on stupid shit and not help people and just be a menace to society, I hate you. Mr. Beast, he does good for the world. Not a fan of his videos. I think his videos are absolute garbage and terrible, and essentially pick on people for being poor. I don't approve. But the end result, he takes that money and does give it back to help people. So it evens out, I guess, in some way. I agree 100%. Yes, he does. Yeah, like, and so let me tell you a little bit about what this little shitling does, or was doing. He was hiring a gigantic black bodyguard. I mean, this dude was probably like 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds of muscle. He was a big dude. And he would walk around in black neighborhoods, pissing off black people. And of course, no one's going to mess with him because he's got this massive black bodyguard. But just being a complete menace to society and, you know, giving people a reason not to like people. Like, I understand why you would hate someone at that point. But being incredibly racist and rude for no reason. And, like, going into a black neighborhood and being a dick to black people, that already is kind of a dick move, obviously. But hiring a black bodyguard and going into a black neighborhood and being an asshole to black people is just an actual level of racist that deserves to get you punched in the face. Yes, it is. I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if you did. One less idiot in the world. That's natural selection at its finest. Here's what that is. Yeah, of course, no one messes with them because, you know, giant black dude. You don't mess with the giant black dude. Like, I'm a pretty small white dude. I wouldn't mess with the guy that's a foot taller than me and, you know, extra 100 pounds of muscle, regardless of race or gender. Race. Maybe if it was a, like, 300 pound, 6'5" white chick, I might try. I don't know. That could lead to fun times. Who knows? I do not want to step into Duriel's Summon Players 8. That's why we're doing this, by the way. You would think, but somehow they don't. I mean, he's probably already out of jail, but he got arrested, so it's a good start. I don't know if Players 8 will carry over into Duriel's room or not, so I don't want to risk it. The last thing I want is Players 8 Duriel. They'll slaughter me. Oh, Jesus. He also hates his friends. I don't know how if you know about the Lamborghini stuff that happened. I don't know a whole lot. I know no, there was a McLaren that he crashed. No, what happened to the Lamborghini? It'll carry over. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to step into that tomb. Hopefully this does not trigger it. I know better than try to fight Players 8 Duriel. It's a recipe for destruction. Oh, you meant the McLaren? Wasn't he like testing and driving and wrecked it or something? I don't know the details on it because I really don't give a shit about him, but obviously with him being in the news lately, there's been a lot of things popping up. I've heard something about it. I call those menace creators. Like, yeah, that's all they are. They're menace to society. I think they should be banned off of all platforms and should not get any monetary benefit for the dumb shit they do. Well, thank you, Terminal. I appreciate it, man. So Diablo 2 is the main game where you will hear a lot of my takes and I get on my soapbox. I was joking around earlier that Diablo 2 is my podcast stream because there's no story. It's just me playing games. It was his McLaren. He told it while looking at chat. Straight to jail. Like, in Florida, it's illegal to text and drive. It's illegal to have distracted driving. So, like, just straight to jail, man. We are so close. There's another one, which he is not helping the whole no one likes America thing. Johnny Somali, that dude. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's in a Korean prison now. Or was it Korean? I think it was Korea. North Korea. That dude, absolute menace to society. Like, I've got nothing against if you want to make prank and joke content that is with your friends and people that are in on the pranks. You know, it's a scripted thing. Not a fan if you're doing it to just random people. That's how you get shot. And there's one creator, I don't remember who it was. Ooh. That it's not bad. He did something to a dude. Okay. And the guy turned around and like started to beat the ever living crap out of him. And was like, "Oh dude, it's a prank, it's a prank." Like, it wasn't a good prank. It was just essentially assault on a person. And after crash, he instantly took the camera from his friend in the passenger seat instead of checking if he's okay. Spoiler, he wasn't. Oh no, what ended up happening? This is gonna do no damage initially. It's gonna do nothing. Oh no. Yeah, that's absolutely terrible. I don't need the Valkyrie yet. Let me do. Wow, this gets nothing. The only synergy that they gave Lightning Fury was 4% lightning damage per level from Lightning Fury, or from Charge Strike, which I guess that is fine since that's the other one I'm going to use. But ooh, we're going to respec in a moment. I mean, he survived, but he got hurt quite a bit. Oh, that's shitty. Oh, that's nice. Max, by the way. All right, we will. Get out of my way. Also, the fact that Act 2 level 30. I did do a tiny bit of grinding, but all right, we should be on pretty easy street by now after this point.
I hear foul creatures about.
I also like that it bounces off of walls. He's survived big hurt. Max, by the way, yeah, we will. We'll get there. Oh, Jack Doherty was recording the car. Yeah, see, like, I don't understand, man. And the people that watch this content, I have so many questions. Why would you, like, what's the allure here? I don't understand. I know, like, some people hate watch, like, oh, I hope something bad happens. I'm like, yeah, I do too, but I ain't gonna watch him promote his shit because of that. Like, I'll hear about it in the news if something bad happens, I'm sure. It gets 1 bolt per level. Ooh, well. So right now, it's not great. It's still a whole lot better than what we had for clearing out large areas. How much is this? 10? That's not terrible. I have no idea how people actually watch. Yeah, like, there's a lot of streamers. Like, nothing against people who do their own thing, but like, if you're doing something that's a net negative to society, I don't think it should be allowed. They watch the kid being an idiot. Literally, that's all it is. It appears to produce another instant bolts, which I didn't realize that. It does, huh? Like, I mean, I've used Lightning Fury so many times, I never realized that each pierce added another bolt at that point. Oh man. I may create the lag fest is what's gonna happen. Oh no. Maybe we'll have to do some more Diablo 2 tomorrow just to see how this plays out. Because I'm kind of excited. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I started this stream, I was like, I'm not really feeling it. The Javazon wasn't fun. It kind of sucked to play. I feel like this is gonna make it much better. I now understand. So it's funny, I should be, if I cared about money, I'd play Diablo 2 a lot more. Because each stream and then upload nets about $5 each.
Perhaps now the
It's not a whole lot of money, but it's a lot more than most of my stuff makes, as sad as it is. So like, if I cared about money, I would just play Diablo all the time. But I try not to. I want to play other things and have other content for people, even if, you know, people don't necessarily like it.
Welcome back, my friend. We're still clearing.
Satisfactory were, oh, whoops, I got a little crazy there. I'm not familiar with it, so no. Yeah, and like, I want to experience new games, so, you know, one game, like, I want to play Returnal, because that looks kind of neat. It's not my usual. Okay, no, I need it. I was like, did I just mess up? No. So, Charge Strike gets, I guess I don't need Lightning Strike at all, huh? Nice. You're gonna need decks later for Amazon Jav. Save up for those. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't mean to go past 100 on Vitality. I just was reading chat. Did my camera just freak out? Maybe. All right, so I guess I should start maxing out. Once I can get plus skills. Impale. Ooh, okay. But let's. Oh, it's maxed out. Okay. 1 to 60. Very well. 300% damage slows enemies. I don't care about the durability, but. Build factories for more resources and stuff. It's simple at first, but gets complicated fast. Sounds like it'd be a pretty fun time.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not using anything great at the moment. Okay, so let's do F1. It said Impale. So F1. Then we will have... Where's Lightning Fury? 3, F4, F5. These are still players aided at the moment, so the game lasts hundreds of hours. And does currently garbage damage, but yeah. The slow should help against Duriel for sure. That's what's up. I should probably make an Ancient's Pledge, shouldn't I? What were the runes for that again? I want to say I made one for my, when I was on the Necro, wasn't it? Shellful Am. Okay, it's going to be a little bit before I can make that. But yeah, definitely will want that. Or maybe I had that on my, my Boazon. Is that what it was? I know I made it at one point. So I'm not using any of the runes from prior runs on this Javazon. When this one dies, I'll do another one. You can bet your ass we're doing it. Using all the things. Angelics? Cathans. Honestly? So your goal is to get level 9 Pures and either Razor Tail or Wisdom. We'll say. I can tell you right now, it's gonna be Wisdom. It's not gonna be Razor Tail unless I just get super lucky. Yeah, we have Life Leech now, so that helps. Players 8 hardcore single player walkthrough. Walk and I farm for Razor Tail and Nightmare Andy. Honestly, Nightmare Andy is where I do a lot of farming just because he has such a great drop pool. I think that's where I found my String of Ears last time, wasn't it? Or I think it was just in the catacombs, but still. Need to get dinner started after this. See how it turns out. That's not a bad idea. It'd be great if I could do the angelic setup again and get all my MF that way. That was wonderful. But I'd have to find angelics for it. Did I go the wrong tomb? Wait. Did I not go in the square? I guess attack rating doesn't really matter since it's really your charge that's hitting it, huh? Damn it, I went the triangle. That's the next one. That one's on me. Wait, where's the square? Hold up. Okay, well, messed that up completely. That's fine. For whatever reason, I thought I saw a square as the second one up from the right earlier. I'm dumb. But I was thinking then jugs more so for the magic find and life regen and all that fun stuff. Poke it and it dies. Beep. I do love that when you just poke things with a Javazon. It just doesn't exist anymore. Also, not having to worry about running out of Javs. Kind of awesome. Just gonna toss that out there. These Tankreds, really? It's the Game Awards website still down in the US? That? It's loading. Let's see. Start voting. I really shouldn't be doing this while they're monsters. Hey, it's there. So I guess no, it is not. I have to sign in to vote. Damn it. Yeah, that checks out actually. I have to create an account. Really? Damn. This is so much better. So unfortunately, I am going to vote.
I need mana.
Expedition 33, just so you know. Do love me some Silksong and Team Chariot, but I just can't. Overall, Expedition wins for me. I know it's a betrayal. Yeah, if you take the full experience and not just a certain aspect, like it, the overall experience wins, in my opinion. Because I'm not judging it just by one aspect of the game. I don't see how it couldn't. You rush IS gear once you progress a bit. Gloves, IS Jav, you can shop them, no problem. Not a bad idea. Yeah, because right now my increased attack speed is pretty much 0. The tiny bit I have from Blood Fist says, I think it. I mean, action platformer loses, so... Yeah, no, Silksong definitely deserves best action platformer, best Metroidvania, whatever the category there would be, by a large margin. Oh, hi. You know, there's a mod that unlocks the level requirement for skills. That'd be really nice as a Javazon, just saying. Because you really don't hit off until you hit 30. Like, single target enemies, sure, but in this type of thing, nah. Oh yeah, I do. I thought I'd have to get more levels for that. I forgot about that. But it's nice that it's at level 1. Is it bad that I didn't even realize I had 3 following me? Like, right now, I just have my finger on the 1 key, and I'm looking at enemies to see what I need to throw at. Everything else is not here to me. Actually, I need to message Mike soon to see about getting a haircut. It's getting a little long in the back, a little unruly up here. It's time again. I kind of want to grab my hair out, but at the same time, it's such a pain to deal with. Like, the length that I want it to be, it's very difficult for me to get to because there's an annoying point where it pokes me in the eye, which if I'm not doing any sort of work is fine because it doesn't matter. If I'm working and it's poking me in the eye, I'm going to get pissed. And that's why I got cut last time. Because I don't know if you guys remember, my hair was starting to part down the middle. It's down to about here. I got cut because I was doing woodworking and it was getting sawdust in it and it poked me in the eye and it hurt like so damn much. It was so painful. Oh, that's a terrifying room. There's hit power gloves recipe for which give me knockback. Ooh. But it'll be a long time before I have the gems for that, sadly. Oh, I also have all gems except for flawless disabled, so there's that minor detail. Apparently, we're just gonna full clear this area. What was the S2? When I die and go into the second Javazon, that's where we can really have some fun, I think. I'm already doing pretty well, all things considered. Though it is astounding how weak it is from the start. Like, yeah, it's wiping everything out, but it's taking multiple hits. Okay, that was some damage. Could you not do that? Die. Thank you. I don't think Durgal's going to be an issue. Oh, that's a terrifying room. I don't want to be part of that. I probably should have saved some skill points, putting them all into Charge Strike to do Pierce and Lightning Fury? Oh, well, that's fine. I'll just alternate on levels. Hindsight. I am slightly worried for my right leg when I have this maxed out. My poor PC is going to be like 100 degrees Celsius. I'm going to go to sleep now. I appreciate you being here, Bikoni. We'll be ending soon, so no worries. You're not missing out much. Sleep well, man. How are you still alive? Yeah, I said I shouldn't have dumped all the extra points I had, but I still have one left, so next level I can do a double. That's fine. We need somebody to take on bosses and hard enemies, so. Alright, we literally full cleared this area. Cool. I do this a lot. I don't like that I do it so much. Actually, I want to keep you. Thank you. They're not bad, but... Not bad. Alright, we're good. Poor thing. Anything above level 9 is waste. You get a few budget gear slots, which give plus Amazon skill levels. So when you say anything above 9, as in even after, before plus levels or after plus levels. So it could be like plus 2 was enough or something, or level 2 is enough. That's what I meant to say. Is that better? No, it's not. All right, one quick thing. I need a restroom break bad. All right, we're back. Yeah, just gotta keep it at 9 is okay. Not sure what to lever. Sorry, I guess I wasn't clear with that. Like, 9 is the max it needs to be, period, not necessarily get to 9, then worry about plus skills to it. We're gonna go Slaughter and Dario real quick. Oh, we got all 3. I just want to see how quickly she dies when I poke her. I mean, my name is appropriate. Pokes are us. We're gonna be doing some poking in. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. My brain was not braining, so that wasn't a you thing. That was a me thing. Oh, there was nothing there. Okay. It's not gonna happen. I mean, honestly, it probably could. If I still had that lidless, that would help, but I don't. figured 2 from, you said the armor gives 2 to Amazon skills. I can get 1 or 2 from, whatchamacallit. 1 or 2 from the amulet. I can get 1 from a helmet. I do still have the SOJ. Okay, yeah, no, those are much better. Dual 5? Hell yeah. Yeah, okay. Actually, aren't Titans a level 42 item? Hold up. Or are they higher? AKA, can't they be dropped from Indarial? Nightmare? I think I found what we're going to do when the time comes. And don't ask me why I know it's an I-42 item. It's just one of those things. Oh. Oh. Okay. Poor Dario. Hulk.
Hello again.
Hello.
Yeah, so once we get to Nightmare and Dario, I think we'll just... You guys are going to hate me. I'm just going to farm until I get it. Oh, that'll suck. What's 2-piece cadence give me? That's garbage. Cool. Regenerate mana, 16%. Okay. Wow, that sucks. Cool. Cyverbs. Ah. Well, just straight up, that's better. Like... Wait, don't I have... Oh, I have Hussars. I found so many Cyverbs boards. Huh. Wonder what that does. Did I already do the Countess here? No. I need an Ort rune, so I need a few more Rows. How many Row runes do I have? Hold on. I found a couple now. I have 2. Okay, I need 2 more. Now I need a 3-socket shield. Wait, I did. Damn it. We're going to do one more. Do one more run. Except I'm now having a lot more fun using Lightning Fury. So I kind of want to keep playing, but I'm actually getting very hungry. So should start dinner soon. Yeah, but even Players 5 in Act 1, you can see the difference in how much it takes to kill things. Oof. It is a notable difference. But when it comes to killing things with poking, we still do pretty well. I can side pretty quick to a poke. Yeah, so we definitely can't be doing anything above Players 1 for a long time. You know, her throne room may actually be kind of bad. She's gonna survive some pokes too. Can I find greater healing and mana potions in Act 3? Normal? I don't remember. Because if so, I'm going to disable everything below that. I think you do? Maybe I just go for it. Disable. Yes, okay, yeah. So we're going to disable everything below graders. Because it's a lot of garbage drops otherwise. Okay. Can Endurial drop them, though? I mean, I'm sure Meph is better, but it's also a little more dangerous. I'm probably gonna have garbage weapons up until that point. No. Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, Mephisto it shall be once we get him unlocked. I just really hate the run to Mephisto, so I really hope I get a good map. Really hope I do. If I don't, it's gonna be hell. I may not be able to farm them. Poker, please. I have no idea what she dropped. Doesn't look like anything good. Okay. Yeah, I have to go to normal and then back, right? Or swap difficulties, essentially. It's just annoying because then I have to re-find Endurial. It's amazing how many more drops there are on players 5. Kinda hoping I get another Ralvern. Be nice. Curious, was I just throwing that into a wall all that time? Like, what happened? No pierce going on. Mortar, 25% chance essentially, and you fail. Yeah, I also need a shower. We'll say the life leech helps. Erothus? Okay. Why is that? I have no idea what her set does. 3-piece. Really? Huh. Did not know that. I don't think I've ever put more than 1 piece per set on. Yeah, Act 3 is where the 100x density really comes in and really screws me. So if I have to farm Act 3 or farm Mephisto for Titans, it's gonna suck if I get a bad map. Or bad spawns in general. Yeah, there's no real need to do this. I'll get a couple of Ral runes in Act 3 pretty quickly. And then I just have to grab a shield. What does this one do? It's not bad. It's 1 in 1800 without MF for players with Mephisto. I mean, let's assume they'll have, say, 100 Hey, look at her go.
Stay a while and listen.
All right. I'm sure all this is garbage. Nope, we maxed out our gold again. MF assets, you should be fine. Okay, well, we'll see how long it takes for us to get it. Assuming we even get there. Deposit my gold. But on that note, we've been going for 3.5 hours. It's longer than I planned. My throat is starting to tell me that I've been going for too long. He knows what that phrase means. You see that, right? Someone knows what this means. Anyway, I love you. With that said, we're going to call it quits for the time being. As always, if you guys like the content I'm putting out, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all new content that comes out. And until next time, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day and or night. Bye-bye for now.